Everyone, hope everything is going well. Just a few things. My content, probably the next year, year and a half, you will see a slight change in it where I'm going to be doing more price analysis videos because we are headed towards a recession. And right now in the stock market, we're in blow off top mode. And the rest of the economy doesn't represent what's going on in the stock market. Irregardless, I do think there will be opportunities in sports cards. And yeah, some people will be like, well, I only collect. Well, what I do is I collect, I speculate, I do a little bit of everything. And also on my channel, I call it the hanky panky. So that won't change at all. But you will see more videos like this, just as a FYI. And I like looking at price action in the stock market. And I really used to look at price action for sports cards. But as we're heading down last few years, I'm like, why should I do it? And now I wanted to look at these prices before the next crash in the economy. And it's going to happen. I mean, look at vintage Sports Shack videos. He lives in middle America in Indiana, the west side of Indiana, close to the Chicagoland area. He sees what's going on. So take a look at his videos on the economy. I think, he does appraisals, I think, or I forget what he does, but he can see what the average Joe can't. So that's why I would say take a look at his views on the economy. Very good. Now, I wanted to look at price action of individuals that are GOATs or the top players, and I want to look at their specific price. And I'm looking at it because, hey, look, once again, I believe the whole system's going to come crumbling down. Take a look at one of the players right now. I can't see a graph of this on card ladder. I could probably Google it myself and find it on the PSA website, but you could just take a look at this. Last card, PSA 1 Opeachy. Wayne Gretzky, his rookie card, his highly coveted card, but yes, it's in a low grade. But I do want to look at price action, right? It says population of 736. Okay. And what this sold for, it says February 17th, 2021, close to the peak, 1126. The card ladder value, it says $433. The latest auction was about 450. Or well, it says that the card ladder value of this is 452.55. So regardless, this is something that's very interesting because like I showed you, one of the price from February of 2021, if you scroll down, like even in February 2022, February 6th, it says $1,000. Yeah, February 17th, 2021, 1126. And quite contrast, a couple months later, it went to 628. So there was so much pumping going on. This was at PWCC. It says Fanatics Weekly, but that was PWCC. Okay. So yeah, that's quite a change. I mean, you see volatile price movement in these cards, but the fact is, the GOAT in hockey, the rookie card over the past few years has gone down to 450. This is definitely on my list. I did talk about, I think it must have been on Cage Lawyer, and it was like Luca Tiger Bronze with Goldberg and Cage. I was saying like, hey, look, my thought process is I want to look at players that are top of the breed. I didn't spend that much money over the past few years as buying like low end cards, but now I'm thinking, okay, if I'm in a good financial position next few years while everything comes tumbling down, I want to keep my eyes on something like this. Maybe it could be even a higher grade than this. So let's look at I think it's a PSA. I had a PSA 3 open. I swear I did. Yeah, PSA 3. So this PSA 3, we could look at all sales for this. The O-Pee-Chee Wayne Gretzky card. And the it's quite interesting where these have gone. For instance, this was at $1,100. Over here, 738. It's volatile, okay? Some in the $1,000 range, some in the $900 range. But even if you go back to what, a couple of years ago, like these are like illiquid. So that's one thing to note with these cards. Here's a graph of this. It's saying in 2021, it got to like close to $2,000. It's saying what? We could get, yeah, 2,300 bucks. Okay, that was the peak. And now it's at what? Close to a 50% discount compared to the peak, where there's no liquidity. And now I'm just wondering what happens in an environment where this whole house of cards comes tumbling down, commercial real estate, then the regional banks have issues, and then unfortunately more people lose their jobs. I mean, you just saw the other day a huge jobs revision, over 800,000 jobs revised, and that is the largest since 2009. I mean, I could care less, looking from an unbiased point of view. Whoever the president is, they will have to inherit an economy that you have to deal with commercial real estate. Right now, the stock market is maybe pumping higher, but the fundamentals have not changed whatsoever. Like, yeah, look at this, 2,200 bucks. April 6th. Okay. 2,200 bucks. Yikes, man. And this went even to like 700 bucks this sale earlier this year. I mean, the latest sale it says 1,100, but see this. It was like 730 the last few sales. So I do expect in a down economy, people will be able or will be willing to negotiate with individuals regarding some of these cars. They're like, hey, look, my wife's on I mean, Vegas Dave said this in one of his videos that, hey, look, the wives are going to tell their husbands, hey, look, you just got laid off. You got to get rid of this. We got to pay our mortgage. We got to pay the bills. We have to buy things for our kids. So, unfortunately, you'll see some people's wallets diminish. That's when people who have savings, who may have made a few bucks during the last few years, well, in my opinion, there are opportunities. Okay, let's take a look at Brady 236 card. And this is one of the cards. I think I had like five at one time in my possession. I started buying them in late 2019. It's a 2000 Bowman PSA 8. And it says the last sold price is about 725. And I told people in older videos that, hey, look, some of these cards may end up going to like 400, 500 bucks. And people thought I was nuts. And we're only a few hundred bucks away. And earlier this year, I mean, it was like in the 600s, 660, one of the sales. Granted, I was buying these at what, 200 some bucks, 225 around that range. And it peaked out when he, I think, won that Super Bowl and you had COVID and all that stuff. Saw a lot of cards going like 1800, 1900s. And I think I remember some sales in the 2000. Granted, a lot of people were not buying gear when it's $10. Just imagine $10, 50 cents in 2007, man. Like you just imagine when I was buying silver and gold. Should have just bought all these instead of those silver eagles. I should have just bought these Tom Brady cards, just stacked the Bradys, and then sold it into 2020, 2021 after he won that Super Bowl. Man, that would have been crazy. Whoever did that, congratulations. That's a good buy and hold. And this card right over here, Fanatics Weekly, it's 300 bucks. Interesting. Very interesting. So yeah, there will be people that will be forced to unwind. And this is on my radar. Another GOAT, right? You got Wayne Gretzky, you got Brady. Now, I want to look at Jordan. Now, a lot of people don't want to look at this because this is Fleer 86. The pop size is way too high for this, right? People would say. But people are still spending 7 grand on this card. What was the peak? Like 14 grand, okay? March of 2021. 14 grand. It's down about 50% from the high. Okay. And I want to look at some of the sales here from earlier this year. Yeah, I mean, this card really hasn't taken a hit. It's just maintained, it's flat. You could look at September 2nd, 2021 from a few years ago. It's flat, but from the all-time high, you know, 20K, 20 G's, man. Damn. People were spending that much amount. Just imagine though, how many people who are underwater, they're like cracking, using the juice and trying to get a higher grade. I think that's one of the issues right now in the hobby, which is artificially increasing supply. So the demand has faltered, the supply has increased. So what naturally happens? The price, it goes down. And I'm not even looking at the Federal Reserve. But now we're at a point, like I said, things are going to get tougher in the economy, despite the blow off top we're seeing in the stock market. Man, some of these cards, especially like the Wayne Gretzky Opeachy card, those are going to be on my radar. Maybe I could look at a higher grade right now. Like, what's a PSA 5? Maybe it'd be better to buy a higher um, price card. Maybe you could negotiate that way. Let me take a look at this. So like you could look at this over here. Someone bought the Opeachy 79 card for $5,000. I mean, you were seeing crazy things. Like I even, despite me selling and profiting during the pandemic, yeah, I did make mistakes. Overspent on freaking Nadal and that tanked PSA 10s. No. Yeah, I made a killing on Tom Brady cards. Yeah, I made a killing on Mahomes cards. A Mahomes card that I had. Wow, man. This is ridiculous. $5,000. Holy moly. And it's 1,500. And, this keeps on going down. So I guess with the lower end cards, people can afford that. But right now, people will be like, hey, look, I gotta pay rent. I gotta pay mortgage. My property tax just went up. my grocery bill is up, so I'm not going to be spending 1,500 on a Wayne Gretzky. So what if this goes lower? And now even Card Ladder is saying that it's overvalued, 1,500. Let me take a look at some of the recent price action. Like March of 2020, right? It's 2,450. And the pop size it is kind of large, 1712. So that is a bit concerning to me. But yeah, this is volatile, some of these prices. Yeah, it's like all over the map. So I guess when you get to the higher end of these cards, there is wiggle room to negotiate with them. Once again, they will be like, "Hey, look, I gotta dump these cards." Once again, whatever you're doing, be careful and don't be spending the farm. This is just my own thoughts. I'm not telling you what to do, but these are just thought process that I have right now and me thinking out loud. Yeah, there's Hankus Pankus. Yeah, there's a lot of fraud in the hobby. So you got to still look, hey, look, is it swapped? Have people used some foreign substances? So as the higher end you get, that's something to look at. That's why I prefer lower end cards because, okay, suppose Hanky Panky went down. Guess what? It won't matter because it's not a material amount, and then you don't have to worry about what if it's a situation that Prism God was in, right? Well, there's a dispute amount where not among, but dispute regarding the provenance of the card. That's why some people don't want to deal with this. I know SCR really doesn't want to deal with high-end cards because of that. A lot of Hankus Pankus. So what is this going to? This says like 6,700. This is about 3,000. Actually, this was 8,500. Man, a lot of people got screwed over, man. Holy moly. Did I just see a card that sold for 10 G's? It says that one person bought this O-Pee-Chee PSA 9 for about 10K. Wow. That is unreal, man. Unreal. See a PSA like 7. Now the pop size is a bit high. 1390. Pop size is lower here. What? Dude, this is ridiculous. PSA 7. So some people spent on a PSA 7 best offer 15,000. Yikes. 12.7. Man, fixed price 9,800. Wow. Now I do want to research, was this actually 15K or was that actually 9K? Last sold 4,700 and at least, 10K. Now this is getting me interested. Oh my God. Some of these PSA 8 holders. Can you even find these though? Cards for sale? That's the thing. You're like buying a freaking used car with the PSA 8 O-Pee-Chee. Is that even on sale? Are there any listings anywhere? Let's see, buy it now on eBay. See this. PSA 8. Okay, they do have it. So, yeah, just as for a used car, Gretzky, which once sold at 25K. Okay, very interesting. And it was about 5K in March of 2020. So I do believe there are opportunities, but you got to do research. Was there juice that was used? Was there hanky panky? That's one of the reasons why I'm a little iffy, and I'd rather look at the authenticity guarantee because if you buy from Canada, I don't know. This is says from the Fanatics Vault. The hey? Yeah, so this is located at the Fanatics Vault. It says $17,000. So I would try to like negotiate with people if I had the money to buy these cards, but still 17K is a bit too much for me. No, and this one it is this under market value? No, this is right around market val. PSA 8, 13.5. Interesting. Yeah, I would I think that's something that I'm gonna definitely watch. Not necessarily buy for now, but do want to see price action, how it goes. So, anyways, let me know your thoughts, everyone, and I'll talk to you later. See you. Bye.